So I'm coming from Seattle, and lately the news here is a bunch of tech folks getting laid off. And what happens right after folks that are sort of middle management and above get laid off, the franchise brokers come out of the woodwork and start hitting them up on LinkedIn. And at some point, you think, why didn't I get off this treadmill? Why didn't I get into business for myself? I'm tired of being laid off or being at the whims of corporate America. And so, to that end, while this is not a comprehensive discussion of looking at a franchise, let's talk a little bit about what I look for as a franchise attorney who's done this for a long time when I am looking at an FDD. The FDD, franchise disclosure document, is a format that is prescribed for use in every state. And when you are getting franchise opportunities shown to you, you're going to get this FDD. And the FDD has 23 sections. And there's a lot of information in there. It's supposed to mirror an investment prospectus. It's going to tell you how much to get in, give you a range. As you're sifting through opportunities, one way to do quick due diligence is to look at just a few of those 23 sections before you even get to the franchise agreement. One is litigation. Simple. Just is there litigation within the last stated period of time? And preferably that's going to be blank. If there's a couple in there, that's fine. If it goes on for 5 pages, that's a red flag. You're gonna want to answer to why is that? I like to look at growth. I like to look at franchisees entering and exiting. So there's a section where they'll show you how big are they now, how big were they, and how big do they project to be. What's the trend? And from my standpoint, I want to see a slight uptick, like not like a hockey stick, like, oh, we've got 30 units this year, and next year we're going to have 150, but 30 to, some reasonable extension of that growth. One of the other things I look at is what's item 19, which is financial performance representations. And those aren't presented intuitively. I don't know who came up with this format, but a lot of times you'll get coming at you like, here's the top quarter performance, and here's the middle, like 2 quarters in the bottom, and it provides information in what is a counterintuitive way. And then there's always footnotes, asterisks that are flagging like what's included, how long has a unit been open to be included in this, how many of these are franchisor operated units. Look at that financial performance thing and try to make sense of it. It's actually pretty good. The other thing I want to see is the franchisee contact information. How easy is it going to be to contact other franchisees? Because that's where you're going to want to go to get the real scoop. If you are taking the next step and looking at a franchise opportunity, they're going to give you a couple people to talk to, and those people are going to be their stars. People have just crushed it and they're doing great. And you should talk to those people and some other people. One of the things that's in that franchise disclosure document is a list of franchisees who left the system. And for me, this was kind of a watershed moment in representing people who are buying franchises. I found it so interesting because as a young attorney, I sent my clients off to talk to those people thinking, well, the people that left the system will talk my clients out of investing. And I think I thought this in part because sometimes the franchisors would discourage communicating with those people. And now when I talk to franchise brokers, like whole audiences of them, I say, I don't know why you're doing that. Like, tell them to go talk to those people, because the experience that my clients had for the most part and have for the most part is they will reach out to those people and hear stories from them that contrast with my client's experience. They'll hear, oh, it didn't work out for me because I had some big life event. I got divorced. Someone died and I just couldn't commit to it. Or, I got my dream job and so I left for that. And I, have misgivings over leaving, but that's what I did. Or I moved. Or even in the extreme cases where they would get on the phone with someone who was angry. I got screwed over. I'm so mad at this franchise system. A lot of times what my clients would take away is, what I heard in that story was a perspective that is different from mine. And so instead of feeling worse about doing this, I feel better. For me, it was a weird paradoxical moment that I found really interesting, because what is supposed to be a negative attribute is actually flipped around and turned into a positive attribute from my perspective. I mean, I'm a lawyer. I don't care what they do. Like, buy it, don't buy it. Like, I just want you to be happy. I want you to be safe. I want you to have you be protected. But from a coaching standpoint, if I'm coaching my clients, like, hey, go call those people. Or even if I'm talking to franchise brokers, tell them to call those people. It's actually a positive. One thing you take from this video, there's 4 or 5 things in the FDD. Hit them quick, because if you're looking at a lot of different concepts, you can weed some out just by looking at litigation, talking to a few people, what's the growth look like, and you can look at the financial performance representation that's been made. You can look at the growth trend of the system. You can look at number of franchisees who've left, and you can talk to them. And if you just hit those high points, you're going to get a sense about whether you should stick around and keep going and committing your time to doing this. If you want to get more content about franchise attorney's perspective on franchising, please subscribe to our channel.